To start off this video, I'm going to borrow some words from Mr. Beast, as he too at one time was at 300 subscribers.
I just hit 300 subscribers, or actually a couple days ago I did, and that's pretty awesome. And I know you're saying, bro, 300 subscribers, that's not that much. I mean, there are people with millions. And compared to other people, no, 300 isn't that much, but for a guy just starting off and videos that aren't even that good, it's pretty freaking awesome. I didn't really think I'd ever even get one subscriber off of YouTube. I know how hard it is to get subscribers, and when you first upload, like, no one ever watches your videos. It's kind of frustrating. And I still don't even get that many people who watch my videos. Anyways, thanks for 300 subs, and I hope you guys keep watching my videos. Now look at all the kills in this VTOL. Just look at the kill feed right there. That is just crazy. I'm getting triple kills upon triple kills in it. But anyways, thanks for watching my videos. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you stay active.
Yeah, and as Mr. Beast has said in the past, I am really grateful for 300 subs. I know it's not a lot compared to everybody else on this site, but considering how hard it is to do anything on this website, and considering how saturated it's become with everything, I'm eternally grateful, and I can't say it any better. But I hope you guys remain active. I hope the guides have been helping you out lately. And yeah, a quick AMA. What got me into streaming? Well, the reason why I got into streaming was because back in the day, around 2013, I had planned on doing this with a bunch of friends I was playing video games with at the time, but it never seemed to go anywhere, and picked it back up a little bit later and pushed forward with it. The main reason why I picked it back up is because, well, it's one of those things is I'm playing video games, might as well share the content and the things that I am playing. That's basically it for what it is now. But it is kind of evolved into something where I would like to make it into something more. I do put a lot of effort into these videos, especially the guides, as it spends, I don't know, maybe a good 3 hours per video just to do a small 2-3 second guide. 20-30 second guide up to 2 minutes. They take a very long time to get the items needed for drops, or even just to do some of these challenges that needed to be guided with. So I hope you guys appreciate that. I am trying for you, and yeah, I'm not quitting, that sort of thing. But some hobbies outside of YouTube are gardening, going hikes with my dog, and cooking. It's one of those things that I have my degree in, so if you ever want some cooking tips, I can more than help you out with that. I guess some of the other streamers that I watch here on YouTube would mainly consist of Dr. Lupo, Mr. Beast, some Courage JD. I spend a lot of time watching the Sidemen, as well as OTV. As far as video games go, I have a very long list. I've played a lot. My first video game would be Super Metroid on the SNES. So I played Super Mario World there, and then I moved on to the Nintendo 64, where I was able to play some of Ocarina of Time at the leisure of my uncle allowing me to do so. And then I also played like Future Cop LAPD, or I would have the demo discs, so I would play things like Sheep and Wolf, or Sheep Raider, if you will. And then moving on from there, I did have a PlayStation 2, so I played Shadow of the Colossus, Kingdom Hearts. After that, I got a PC, so I then moved on to things like Dead Space, and I played like a lot of Flash games, like Storm the House, or The Adventure of Somebody with the Pants, I can't remember, or Line Rider, or a lot of Newgrounds stuff, a lot of Addicting Games stuff, Miniclip. I played a lot of miniature golf back in the day, as that was like something my pops and I would play together. It's easy because he could take his turn and then go do something else, and then come back and take his turn and go back and forth with that. Used to do some Age of Empires, used to do some Civilization. Heroes of Might and Magic was a big one for us. And then once I moved into I didn't have a PS3, but I did have a PS4, and that's when I went back and played Dark Souls, the entire thing that was out. I played Bloodborne, of course, Kingdom Hearts there again, and then Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3, That's when no, it was on the PS2 that I started getting into Call of Duty. I started with Modern Warfare 2, then into Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. I think I then Ghost and Advanced Warfare, and after that I didn't play again until the 2020 Modern Warfare came out. And then of course that kind of went down the tank. Played a lot of GameCube games such as like Wind Waker, Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. Three was off the Wii. Grand Theft Auto. I guess the list could go on, but you get the gist there. I played a lot of Nintendo games, and then I got into shooters, and then I got into some more adventure, and then I just kind of ping-ponged around and spent a lot of time on that. Of course, like again, I would play a lot of different things just depending on what my crew of friends wanted to play at the time. But a lot of those games I also just played solo, and that's kind of what I did. Considering at the time there was this Redbox. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, but it's simply a kiosk that you could go and rent game discs or movies from. And in the beginning it was just movies, but once they moved on to games, I would go rent a game, try it out. If I liked it, I'd take it back, and since I already had the save data, I could just pick up where I left off if I bought the game, say at GameStop or something like that, where it was used. And yeah. As far as what videos I think got me to this point, or the content that got me to this point with 300 subscribers, would be my guides, horror games, and then old video games. That seems to be the bread and butter of this channel, and that's kind of been like the reason why I've been focusing on those main three things. However, I will play what I want to play, and at some point in time, if I get tired of that game, or if there's just simply nothing left that I can think of to do with that game, I will then move on to something else. That typically seems to be the case, or if somebody asks nicely, or if there's enough request for it, I don't mind going back to play the game again to do something specific, as I recently did with the Animal Well video. Even though it was something I'd already done, it did seem to be something somebody wanted, and it did seem to work out for me quite generously, as it did a really good job. But again, mainly focusing on guides for new games because people aren't really there yet, and then just doing my best to outcompete a lot of these big name things, like for example trying to compete with Fextra before they get their enemy drop guides out, or where to get this item, that sort of thing. I try to compete with that because as long as I can get it there first, I typically seem to have a very good time with getting views and stuff like that, as it seems to be like a nice niche that nobody has been filling out, especially with the enemy drops. Why is my name Gus Gus? Gus Gus was a nickname I got in high school when we were watching Cinderella on a snow day, and one of my friends just happened to be like, yo, that's Gus Gus, and it just kind of stuck. And as far as this being my real job, no, it's not my real job. Something I wish to make my real job, and I can put a lot more time and effort into it, even put just more videos out regularly. However, it is just a hobby passion kind of thing right now. I was born in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Is that where I reside now? No. Real name is Glenn. I do not have an editor. Everything I do here is by myself. All of this content creation is a solo job for right now. So yeah, in the future I would hope to have more leniency and sort of freedom with that, and also some help, because everything I've learned has just been kind of through doing it. Again, that's not bad, but I feel like there are lots of things that I could do to improve if I knew somebody to teach me a little bit better, or if I just had the opportunity to learn, I should say, rather than going through experience. The future of the channel, I basically will keep doing this until I get monetized, and we will revisit that question then. For right now, I am just going to keep focusing on what I think I do best, which is guides, horror games, and or old school video games. Obviously, this is not an old video game, but I can't be bothered to play COD at this point in time, and XDefiant just seems to be scratching an itch for something that I've been wanting to play, an FPS shooter for a while, and that's kind of what I've been going off of. How can the community help me out? Pretty simple. Just like every other person I'm sure you've watched on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, watch the entire video. Even if it's not your form of content, maybe it's not your game, give it a shot. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Maybe you want to play it yourself. But you won't know unless you give it some shots at the watching. And even if it's not something that you would plan on watching or you don't want to watch, you can always help me out by clicking mute on the tab, sliding it over, and watching something else. And once it's done, go ahead and close it off. Let me know, hey, I'd rather see something like this in the comment section, and that's totally cool. But again, give it a shot first. You might like it, even if it's not your thing. And yeah, again, a lot of this stuff is not made for kids, in the sense that I do curse a lot on occasion, and that just happens. I will tone it down a bit, and I have toned it down quite a bit, but it is something that when something is frustrating, or if I've been doing something for a long time, and I just kind of drift off, I do tend to resort to throwing some curse words out there. Can I control it? Yeah, and again, I'll try, but no promises on that. How do I feel about YouTube? It's okay. It's not the greatest. I definitely wish that they had some form of competition other than Twitch, as both of these websites seem to have a lot of problems with them, and YouTube doesn't seem to care about long format content anymore, and the discoverability is really terrible unless you're doing your best to pop up in a search term, or if somebody has already previously watched you. So getting through that first hurdle is kind of a detriment, and I would say the same thing about Twitch, is there's rarely any discoverability, and they just have a lot of problems with the whole sexualization of their platform and totally being okay with it. And then I guess with both websites is just not enforcing their rules equally. They choose whoever they want as a golden child, and they keep them around, and no matter what they do, they can both the websites can both be very forgiving as compared to other people. Someone like me were to just disappear off the website tomorrow, nobody would notice, nobody would raise a fuss, nobody would say a thing, and all of this content that I've done for over a year now would just disappear into the ether. So that's definitely something to be aware of. And again, I wish there was a better competitor, as I do believe competition is the best thing for everything. It keeps everything progressing at a faster rate. It also makes them more responsive to what the community wants as well as what the creators want, and it gives you a better feedback loop instead of it just simply being like, well, if there's nobody else to compete with us, we'll get to you when we get to you, and we don't really care. And especially for the big corporate stuff, they have to jump through so many hoops. I know that there are people who actually do care at YouTube and at Twitch, but unfortunately their voices are also lost into the ether because of simply just being a link in a chain and having their voices washed out. And I feel like a lot of these people could be doing their jobs, but again, you kind of have to deal with the bureaucracy of things, and of course that will always slow down things, and I think it's a very big detriment to content creation in general. And now I kind of just turn this back towards you guys. Moving forward, what kind of games would you like to see? What kind of content would you like to see? Do you think what I've been doing so far has been good? Do you want me just to keep going and doing my own thing? Again, that's all right. But if you would like to see some changes to the channel, maybe you want to see some different styles of editing, maybe you want to see long form content, maybe some more VODs, maybe you want to see VOD highlights, maybe just me playing the video game as I normally would, and then cropping that down into, or cutting that down into a condensed highlight reel, sort of like the best of, so whereas, you know, funny moments, good plays, that sort of situation. It doesn't have to be limited to one game in particular. If you like a game, let me know. I don't mind playing some of these games again, and I don't mind trying something new either. Even if it's something old, it still might be new to me. So yeah, there's that. If you guys want anything, let me know. I am happy to do my best to provide that. I can't promise I'll do every little bit, but I will promise to try. And that's all I can really promise you guys, is that I'm here to try no matter what. So don't give up on me, and I won't give up on you kind of situation. And yeah, I hope I answered all your questions. And I hope that's something that you guys are satisfied with. Again, if there's anything I missed, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll answer them down there. Next time you hear from me from this sort of style of video or content creation will probably be at 500. I hope we can make it there. And yeah, again, in order to even hit monetization, I need another 3,000 hours to be watched on this channel regularly. So if you guys want to help me out, we can start there. But until next time, take it easy and peace.